Germans arrived between 1884, and there was a war of national resistance that happened between 1904 to 1908. And then on this side, you see people who fought against the South African apartheid regime. That was from the late 1960s. And on the wall here, we have some of the leaders who were involved in the different eras. So this was from 1960 until 1989. Namibia got its independence in 1990, on the 21st of March 1990 to be specific. So if we move on to this side, you see some of the leaders who were involved in the different eras. Up here we have Captain Triplets boy. He's on our Namibian notes, and he was the leader of the Namibia people who fought against the Germans during the War of National Resistance. And then we have Chief Jose Akutako. He's the one who's named after our airport, the Jose Akutako International Airport. And then here we have King Mandume and Empire and King Nehale and Uganda. These were kings in the northern parts of Namibia. He was the king of the Kwanyama people, King Mandume and Empire. And then King Nehale and Uganda was the king of the Longa-speaking people in the north as well. And then we have Chief Samuel Maherero. He actually was involved in the era of the Germans, and he was the leader of the Herero-speaking people. Just before I forget that, the two were actually involved in this era, the apartheid system. Alright, and then as we move on in the center here, we have our first president, Dr. Sam Nujoma. He's the one who was the commander of the clan combatants that fought against the South African apartheid regime. Inside we have other leaders. Here we have Chieftains Kanuniza Modi. She was also a queen of the Rukangali speaking people. It's in the northeastern part of Namibia. And then we have Jacob Marenga, as well as Chief Pumbuya Shirongo. He was also another king of the people in the north. So it was mainly the Kwambi speaking communities. Alright, from here we'll go side on this side. You can take pictures in a moment and then we can move on to the next one. We have societies, so pre-colonial societies before the Europeans arrived. Here you see some archaeological artifacts of the San-speaking people and the first people in the southern parts of Africa before the Bantus arrived. So these are some of the artifacts they used. Here we have an example of a grinding stone where they will use grind different stones to get color pigments to make rock art paintings. And then an example of an ostrich eggshell there where they used it as a water bottle, as traveling from one area to another. And it was also used to make jewelry, like an example of that stone. Here we have the national emblems of Namibia. I'll start with the president's flag as well as the national seal. The president's flag is only used inside Namibia. Outside Namibia, we use the national flag. So if you are inside Namibia, you'll find that both flags will be placed on the car that he's traveling on. But then it's also used to show his presence. If you go to the State House and the flag is raised, it means the president is inside the country. If it's not raised, then he's outside the country. Then we have the national seal that is used by the president on important official documents. The next one is showing the Namibia's national anthem. And on this side is our constitution book, the coat of arms. And now I would just like to let you know what the different colors on our Namibian flag actually represent. So the blue is representing water and minerals in Namibia. The yellow is for light and energy. The white is for peace and unity. The red is for the blood of the people who fought for Namibia's independence. And then the green is for mainly vegetation and agriculture. And there's a gold part around there which is actually representing the Namib desert. The focus on the wall, on the left there is people fighting against the Germans. That was from 1904 to 1908. The Germans actually lost Namibia as a territory after after the First World War. And then South Africa took over where there was the apartheid system and then the battles that they fought with the plain combatants. And then on the far right there is how Namibia looks today as an independent country.
Namibia. Like that today?
Yes. People are afraid to actually study for what they want back in the days. The black kids wouldn't actually become doctors if they wanted to because of the future and yes, were faster. Alright, this is the end of the tour. Thank you very much for visiting the museum.
Okay.